affiliate marketing mindset. So it's not only the mindset, sort of how much money can you expect to earn when you're doing affiliate marketing correctly through this particular method. Now, this is quite an important thing because let's face it, we all want to go out there and make plenty of money. So what I've decided to do is, of course, I've got slides because let's face it, I'm pretty useless without any slides. So I want to just quickly go through this little lot. There's quite a lot to take in here. Again, please don't skip any of these particular parts. These are important. I know, well, as soon as I used to see mindset, I used to go, no, I'm not interested. I never used to watch a mindset. And what I actually found was I was missing out on some of the most vital parts of my marketing journey and everything else, actually, where I had to look at the mindsets. So it's well worth looking through and well worth actually doing it, right? It's very, very important that you actually get this down. So what it takes to become like a success within affiliate marketing. I will get my words out eventually today, right? So we're not going to be coming up and setting up one campaign and the very next week we're doing 10K, right? I know there's an awful lot of these marketers out there who try and tell you that there's this super magic pill that you're going to take and instantly you're going to have 10 grand arrive within your bank account within your first week, right? Now, 9 times out of 10, that isn't going to happen. Of course, there is always that 10, that one time out of the 10, but as a whole, don't set your expectations too highly on this. If you start setting at that sort of levels, you're going to end up being disappointed. Now, this is a real business, and so like all real businesses, you need to have persistence. It's no good just coming in and trying it a little bit and then leaving it, right? That's not going to bring you any results. If you go in there with the mindset of you're going to be a little bit persistent, you're going to keep on trying with this, then you're going to have success. Now, the success isn't going to be a long, drawn out process before you start getting success. It can happen really, really quickly, and it will happen really quickly as long as you follow along with what we're doing. And this is one of the things I want to get through to you. Now, the potential earnings, there's so much potential earnings that you could actually make with affiliate marketing. I know plenty of affiliate marketers who are running a few different campaigns and they are making easily 14K per month, right? This is not massively high figures for affiliate marketing, and it is income replacing money, right? It means that you can pack in your job, you can fire your boss and all the rest of it, and you can actually start making money. The important part is that we want to have a way that we're going to get this consistently, right? We want to get the money in, not just once or twice. We want to continue getting it in, right? Things can go wrong within affiliate marketing, right? Within this method. So what we need is we need to be ready, right? We need to know that things can go wrong so that we can be ready to combat it. At the end of the day, it's no good just trudging blindly down a path where we don't know how to fix the problems that we could possibly get, right? So one of the worst things that can happen is getting your ad account suspended, right? Now, it's not as bad as Facebook. Facebook loves to suspend accounts. Google, you've got to be doing something pretty serious to get banned from Google, right? But we're going to look into ways of getting around that. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to set more than one account, right? And this means that we're not solely basing our entire income just on that one Google account that we don't own, right? Google owns, so Google can take it away anytime that they want to. So it's really important that we have more than one account so that we're never going to be left high and dry, right? We're going to be going through the types of products to avoid and the types of topics that Google doesn't particularly like. Right now, if you put these forward into Google, you are going to get turned down, right? This is what starts banning your accounts. So we're going to be going through all of that little lot and making sure that we actually are on the right track, right? The last thing that we want to do is not be compliant, right? We must be compliant in all the things that we do. This is one of the reasons why we're starting the blog style review, right? If we're starting the blog style review, we're giving Google everything that they want, right? This is to get into Google's good books, right? It means that we're going to have a setup for success and we're going to have a good reputation with Google and we're going to have a seasoned ad account, right? Really, really important stuff because a seasoned ad account is going to be a huge asset to you in the future, right? We actually have now got the people who we want and got the people we need for the various different ads. So means that we're respected and mature, right? Google's going to have a good account in place for us, right? So we've done everything right as far as what Google's concerned. So Google loves us to bits and they're going to let us get away with an awful lot more. Once your account's matured, the amount that you can get away with is quite shocking, right? You're going to be quite impressed with the amount that you can actually do. But this means never rush your campaigns, right? Set one up at a time before you start moving on. So you want to set up an account, you want to make money, before you start setting up your second account, your third account, your fourth account, and all of these different ads that are running, right? We want to have success with each ad that we run, right? Now, the money that can be made is easy and life-changing, so please don't rush it, right? The easiest way, the most common way I've seen people fail within this is actually rushing the whole results, right? Now, I'm one of the biggest offenders. I tend to go out there and I tend to go, right, that's it. We're going to do all this. We're going to do it all fast. It's the best way to lose money that you're ever going to find. We don't need to rush. We're going to get the results that we want. Right, so there's various things that can go wrong. So your ads might not be working, right? One of the first things to check. Now, all these things I'm going to put into check actually go in order, right? So if you're running ads, you're not getting clicks to your website, it's your ads that's not working, right? Now, this could be if they aren't converting, right? If we don't have good ads, we're not getting people in to see our ads, we're not getting people to our site, right? This means we need to drive the right people, right? It's no good driving people who aren't interested in the product that we're interested in, that we're promoting, sorry. Now, this is basically mistake number one, right? If we don't get our targeting right, we aren't going to get the right people in. Don't worry, we're going to show you exactly how to get the targeting right. Right? Your keywords should be great and they should target all of the interested people in that particular product, right? So your targeting could be off, right? So with the targeting, we need to actually go in and fix that. We want our targeting to work on all different levels. So we want the demographics, we want what kind of interface they're using. Are they on laptops? If they're on mobile phones, they're not going to be around as long. They're going to have a different experience on mobile phones. All of this we're all going to put into place within our targeting. Right now, your page or product might not be working. Now, again, with your page, this is where we're getting people into our ads and people are coming to our page, but then they're bouncing. Right now, that doesn't do you any good at all with Google, and that's something we want to avoid. Right, we don't want to have people bouncing because eventually we're building up an SEO site as well. Right, we're doing everything sort of long term as well as short term. So we want short term wealth and long term wealth. Right. And we need to keep an eye on our numbers and on the conversions. This is the only way to prove that things are actually working. If somebody comes onto your page and bounces straight away, then obviously they haven't clicked your affiliate link. They haven't clicked your affiliate link, you cannot make money out of it. So we need to make sure. Now, if they are clicking your affiliate link and they're going through to the actual product page that the vendor set up, then perhaps the product itself might be the bad thing, right? That might be something that isn't quite right. Okay, so we need to look at the amount of clicks and conversions. If we get 100 people coming through and we're only getting 10 conversions, that's not really that good, right, on these particular kind of products. So we need to put that in place. We need to get that right. Now, everything must be optimized. Everything works together as kind of cogs. So if you've got one part working, the other parts will work too, right? It's all a complete process that we're going through. We're not just trying to go out and just master one particular part. We're going to do the whole lot all together, and just following along will get you there. Now, one of the things I want to point out, we're looking at around about a 1 in 3 success rate. So for every 3 products that you take on, right, even with the research that we're going to be doing, if you're getting one product to convert, that's okay. Don't worry about it. If you haven't run 3 lots of ads, right, and we've tried it 3 times, right, so we're part of 3 products. The first 3 haven't worked. We're part of another 3 products. They haven't worked. So we're part of the last 3. They might work. Now, when I'm saying they don't work, I'm not saying that we're not going to make some money out of them, right? That is still a failing product if we aren't making the profit that we want. If I'm going out and I'm spending $100 on ads, say over a kind of long time period, what's going to happen is if I'm only making back $120, $130, I'm not going to be very happy. So I want something that's going to be a lot more successful than that, right? Most of the time, we're going to make some money, but not as much profit as we want. Right, that's an important thing to keep in mind. How much profit is it that you want to be doing? If I've spent $200 and I'm getting back $300 week in, week out, I'm quite happy with that. That's not bad. Of course, then we can start scaling, doing various things like this. The best thing about this is the product that is working means that we can then get rid of the other 2 that aren't working. And then we can start our next products, right, as we're continuing to scale. So by the end of it, what we're going to have is we're going to have some wildly successful products that are running, and they're going to continue to run, making us money all of the time along, right? We're going to keep our eye on the numbers. We're going to know exactly where they're coming from. Right. We're going to limit the scaling. Right. Now, this is something I've seen as well. I've seen a lot of guys go in there and they're spending maybe $5 a day on something. And from the $5 a day, they see success, so they start pumping in money left, right, and center. Now, Google has a way of trying to spend all your money. They will spend your money if you're putting too much in there, and you won't necessarily scale with the results that you're expecting. So we're always going to scale slowly, right? It's really important. Another thing is, there's only so many people searching for these particular keywords. Don't worry, we're going to show you exactly how to find these people. But if we're putting in more money than what there is searchers, then what's going to happen is we're going to start losing that money, right? So we're going to show you exactly when to stop scaling, when to start scaling, how to scale, and everything like this. Now, these products might not last forever, so we need to keep on tracking our numbers. We don't want to be pouring in money and then losing money at the end on something that was really successful. That would be just a terrible thing. But we want to know how far we can scale, right? So if we have a successful ad running $10 a day, don't just think, right, let's put $100 a day in. That's not going to work, right? That is going to lose you $100 a day. Probably the fastest way you can never lose $100 a day. We're going to show you different ways on how we can continue to scale, but that's not something to worry about as yet, right? As yet, we want these first successful ads on the go. Always scale slowly, right? Now, another thing that I've seen a lot of people do is they kind of don't budget for their affiliate payments, right? And what this means is it means that some affiliate vendors will only pay out every 30 days, some are 60 days, some are 90 days. You need to know how long these payments are, because we don't want to be pouring in all of our own money without getting the rewards for it. Now, the good bit about this is that Google don't charge you until after you've run ads for 30 days, right? So you can technically run ads, make your money as soon as the Google bill comes in. You can pay that money straight off. Right now, this is only the beginning part of it. Right? Obviously, most of these people, such as ClickBank, various other ones, will pay you once a week once you start getting sales. So once you start getting sales, you are going to have consistent money coming. Now, what I always advise is put some of the money to yourself. Obviously, not as much as what you want to go mantle with it, but the rest of the money put back into your Google ads. This is when we can start scaling, because this is when we have cash coming in and we're getting nice and regular. Right, once your first payment goes through, the other 10 to come through really quickly. They'll come through once a week, so you don't have to worry about that. It's basically your initial spend that is going to be if you're going to have a problem, that's going to be where it's going to be. Right, make sure you always stay on budget. Don't try and set your budget so high. The last thing you want to do is switch off a successful campaign. I've done it before. I've seen a campaign, I've scaled it, I've then went over my own budget, and I've had to pause my campaign. It is the most heartbreaking thing you will ever go through, because you know you're losing X amount of pounds per day. Don't do that. Just make sure you've got it nicely running. It's running well, and it's running within your budget. We can always scale later, and it's all cool. Next, set your own goals. What goals are you actually going out to achieve? How much do you want to make? Right now, these can increase month by month, and they will increase month by month. I normally like to double every month. So the doubling every month becomes very, very easy because you kind of know what you're doing. One of the things I want you to do is actually keep on pausing this video and follow along step by step. And this way, you know that, right, that's working, that's now scaling, that's all good. And now we can move on to the next one. Right, your starting goal could be $1,000 a month to begin with. $1,000 a month is very, very easily achievable. It isn't a massive amount of money, even though it is quite life-changing. If you're a bit skint right now and you want $1,000 a month, then it's a good starting point. Good starting point, excuse me. This is the whole New Year's Eve thing coming back to us. Right, so out of 5 or 6 campaigns, 2 should work. Right, by the time you get 5 or 6 campaigns running, 2's going to be working. You're going to keep the good ones and kill the bad ones. When you kill the bad ones, we're going to kill them nice and quick, so they're not going to be costing us money. Right, by bad ones, still probably going to be bringing us in some profit, just not enough. Now, one working campaign can bring you in thousands, right? Don't think that you need to scale this up quickly. If you go out there and you get one campaign that's scaling, that's selling really well and converting well, that can bring you in thousands just by itself. Now, by the time you put in another campaign, continue on, this is where we start making serious money, right? So with 2 campaigns, you can bring in easily $200 a day, which will make you $1,400 a week, which comes out at $5,600 per month. Right now, these figures right now, if you're just starting an affiliate market, might seem high. They aren't, right? This should be a figure that you could go after within your first 3 months. Right now, I don't know about you, but if you're getting those sort of figures through in your first 3 months, there's not a lot of jobs that you can go out and do that same thing. right? So once you go through this, if you're following along with the actual training, then you can duplicate everything I'm doing. So it means that you can duplicate that result. That means that when you're running your next ad, you'll then know roughly what the results should be, right? This is the whole reason why we're doing this the way that we're doing it. Now, in fact, I'm never going to do it, right? So $1,000 a month should be easily achievable within 3 months, right? 3 months is going right away on the outside of it. If you follow along, it's going to be nowhere near 3 months, but I would prefer you guys to be thinking, right, 3 months in your mindset so that you know it's coming. Right. Only scale so it's predictable by using the numbers, right? We're never going to scale up without knowing what numbers we're actually working with. If we're using the numbers that we've already sold, if we're using the conversion numbers, if we're using the various other stuff like this, then we know how much money we can actually start putting into it. We know how much money we're going to get back. We know how much money we're putting out. Now, this is the really sort of key difference in between the way we're going to be doing it and the way a lot of affiliates do it, right? But all of that's going to be shown in the training. You're going to love it. There is a link down below that's going to have the complete training in there. Please click the link down below. And this particular website, it's got the training in, is expanding all of the time, right? We're basically going through the various different affiliate methods, and I'm giving you the ones that actually work, the ones that's worked for us, the ones that's brought us in money, and the ones that will continue to bring us in money. Okay, so for now, thanks for watching.